friends.
Welcome to Connections Public Charter School's commencement ceremony for the class of 2022.
My name is Asia Lindsay and I am the mistress of the ceremony for this afternoon.
And I'm Alexander Kim, the master of ceremony for this afternoon.
Will everyone please rise as we honor our graduates, the class of 2022.
Kumu Kamuada.
Is it okay, bro?
Kumu Kamuada, who is our Hawaiian Studies and Hawaiian Language teacher, will start the ceremony with Ua Hawaii. Please remain standing for the duration of the chant.
Protocol, the class of 2022 will enter the pomp and circumstance proposed by Edward Elgar.
Please remain standing as we honor our country and state.
by King David Kalakala and music composed by Henry Berger. Thank you, Connections Ohana. Graduates, you may be seated.
Okay.
Everyone else, you may be also seated. We would like to recognize our honored guests. Please stand as your name is called.
Representing Connections Governing Board is Damon Murphy, interim principal and administrative representative for today's ceremony. He will also be acting on behalf of President Shinji Samaragi, who could not be with us. Also representing the board is Pam Thatcher, Mercury/Studio Shaka teacher.
We would also like to recognize all of the parents, guardians, and family members of the graduates. Please stand so that we may applaud you. Your love and support has made it possible for these young adults to graduate. Thank you. You may be seated.
Finally, we ask that all Connections staff members stand. These students are a product of all of your combined efforts. Connections Public Charter School holds firmly to the philosophy that it takes a community to raise a child. Thank you. You may be seated.
We now invite Mr. Damon Murphy, interim principal, to present this year's welcome address.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Principal Romeo Garcia, it is a pleasure to welcome all of you, parents and other Ohana, friends, teachers, and most of all, our graduates. We are welcoming you to the commencement exercises for Connections Public Charter School class of 2022. A graduation ceremony is always such a special occasion. Usually it is the culmination of years of hard work, the realization of goals attained, and the acknowledgement of successes achieved. But this year, graduation is really a victory. As we look back over the last 4 years and commemorate the road we have all traveled, we see that through perseverance and resilience, the class of 2022 has thrived in spite of the pandemic. This class started their high school years the same as most freshmen at Connections over the past couple of decades. And I remember this. Some of y'all were nervous at morning circle, looking to see what their next class is, what the next announcement is. Then just as they were hitting their stride as sophomores, the COVID-19 pandemic struck. It shut down schools for 3 months, if you remember. And I want everybody to really, really think of Connections, what we did the first year. Everybody else stayed closed. We stayed open.
Yeah.
Our teachers. Next right there. These students, though, they quickly adjusted this year from last year's A days and B days, or to becoming distance learners, responsible to be at their virtual meetings on time and in appropriate attire. This year, as seniors, we continue with A days and B days. We went through a 2-week shutdown, and then second semester students returned as the entire school, with the exception of a few distant learners, came back for all full campus learning. And through it all, this year's graduates have demonstrated perseverance and resilience. Along with that, some of you parents and family members have learned how to Zoom. Some of the students, actually learned how to upload assignments. And by the way, when you get out to the world that you're heading into, you're going to be a lot of that. So, everything that you have done really has culminated to this point. I'm so proud of you. One thing also, as you know, I'm here in place of Principal Romeo Garcia. I want you guys to understand, this man had 2 heart attacks. And for 2 years, he came inside. Underlying circumstances be damned. He led us. So, before we finish up here, and I give Romeo his famous quote, or give you Romeo's favorite quote, please, let me get a clap for Romeo Garcia. And as you move forward, remember Mr. Garcia's theme for the year. Better me, better you, better us. May you always lead by example and look for your heroes not on your phone screens, but to those people in your daily life who have not been afraid, who have done things the right way, who have shown you by example how to be bold. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy, for your inspirational speech.
At this time, please welcome Mr. Eric Boyd.
Mr. Boyd will be giving this year's commencement speech.
All right. Well, I tell you what, I did not know what Mr. Murphy was going to say, and half of this is pretty much what he was going to say, or what he did say. But you know what? We're going to say it anyway. How's that? Today is the day we celebrate, right? And that's what it's all about, celebration. My name is Eric Boyd. If it's okay with you guys, I'm going to read because I tend to go veer off sometimes. I'm going to read. My name is Eric Boyd, and I'm currently the administrative assistant here at Connections. I have had the privilege of working with each one of these graduates for a long time. Some of them, their entire career in school, and had the opportunity to watch them grow into the young adults that you guys see sitting here today. And yes, some of them are responsible for my hair loss, but I'm not going to mention any names today, okay? You guys know who you are. I feel honored that these students asked me to give this message today. I've been here from day one, August 1st of 2000, and I have never had the opportunity to speak at graduation. So it's awesome, and it's a testament to you guys. Working at Connections, I am given an opportunity to see young students grow into adults. I remember students moving from 8th to 9th grade, and it's funny because I had this one student go from 8th to 9th grade, and it was pretty awesome because when they came to school the first day as a 9th grader, they looked back at the middle schoolers and said, "Look at those silly little kids." And I was able to tell them, "Hey, you were those silly little kids 2 months ago." And so it was pretty awesome just to see that mental transition into, and just exactly what you guys had to go through. Now you're transitioning into adulthood. There are all of these transitions, kindergarten, first grade, 6 to 7, you guys graduating. These are those huge transition times. These students had to work most of their high school career in a global pandemic. Having to navigate school or no school, mask or no mask, online learning to in-person. We as parents had our own issues with the pandemic at home and work, and how are they going to get educated, as Mr. Murphy definitely explained on just learning how to use the computer, right? Now I'll say that some dealt with these obstacles better than others, of course, but nonetheless they all dealt with it and they came through. And yet all of them sit here today during a 3-year global pandemic, graduating from high school. That in itself is a huge accomplishment for any high school student today. Thank you. According to KHON News back in December, they said that almost 20% of high school seniors in Hawaii were not on track to graduate. That is a crazy number if you think about how many graduates we have just total in the Hawaiian Islands. Some of our students were in that number as well back then. However, we have dedicated staff that drugged, I'm not mentioning names again, drugged some of these students over the finish line whether they liked it or not. That's right. It shows a lot of a person's character when they persevere while in a difficult situation. This perseverance is what each of you graduates can remember as you face obstacles in life. No one can ever take away the fact that you are sitting here today with everything that's been happening in the world with these past 3 years. Whether you are going to college, military, working, or just being a couch potato for a couple months, which your parents can get upset by the way, just saying. No matter what, you guys remember that you were not part of that 20%. Right? You were not part of the 20%. You persevered and pushed through. That is perseverance. Be the type of person that faces obstacles with the attitude, I can and I will. You are the writer of your future, so make sure you have a good pen because your future starts now. And Edward Koch said, the fireworks begin today. Each diploma is a lighted match. Each one of you are the fuse. Light your future and have no regrets. Lastly, I want to let you all know that I am extremely proud of each one of you because like I said, you guys had to persevere through huge obstacles, right? No matter what it was, whether it was school or school related, you guys pushed through every single step of the way. And you guys are sitting here today being successful, standing out in front of the crowd and saying, I can and I will. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Boyd. The seniors have had a very eventful year. Some have experienced stress as well as success in returning from a hybrid learning model, taking college courses, completing and presenting projects, student portfolios, working at internships or jobs, all during a worldwide pandemic. Through it, they have all persevered.
We now come to the ceremonial part of the program. Wendy Mosteru, acting as proxy for board member Christina Wilburn, will present the class of 2022 to interim principal Mr. Damon Murphy.
All graduates were required to earn a total of 24 academic credits in specific courses to achieve a Hawaii High School diploma. To achieve a Hawaii High School diploma with academic honors, the student needs to earn additional higher-level math and science credits, as well as 2 credits equivalent to college courses and earn a GPA of at least 3.0.
Mr. Damon Murphy, as you act on behalf of President Shinji Salamawori of Connections Public Charter School, I present these seniors and confirm that they have met the graduation requirements as set forth by the Connections New Century Public Charter School Governing Board and State of Hawaii.
On behalf of the Connections Public Charter School Governing Board, I, Damon Murphy, acting as proxy for Shinji Salamawori, accept these graduates of the class of 2022 and grant them their high school diplomas. Congratulations.
And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, we will call upon our graduating seniors to receive their diplomas. Please come forth as you are introduced.
This year, the seniors will present their speeches by recording. Please allow silence during this time as it is important for their voices to be heard.
Bartlett. Xavier will be receiving the General High School Diploma. He plans to start college in August and ultimately become a firefighter.
First off, thank you, God, for giving me the strength and wisdom I need to do this. And also a big thank you to my amazing fiance and her whole family, because without them, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now. I also want to thank my man Murphy for making sure that I got through to college. And finally, a big thank you to this school for all the great lessons it's taught me.
Dahlia Cabreros. Dahlia is the daughter of Daisha and Jacob Cabreros. She will be receiving the General High School Diploma. Her future plans are to work in her father's company.
I would like to start off by thanking God. I also want to thank my parents for being supportive, my sister Nisha, and my fiance David for helping me and staying positive with me while I was struggling through this last quarter of school.
Hannah Carey will be receiving General High School Diploma. Her future plans are to become a massage therapist and be self-sustaining.
It's been a privilege to be able to watch my peers become strong individuals, and I'm excited to see what's in store for all of us. I'm extremely grateful to my teachers who have pushed me to do my best, and the Connections community as a whole for providing such a safe space.
Adrian Cellini. Adrian is the son of Jennifer Cellini. He will be receiving the General High School Diploma. His future plans are to attend college at Montclair State University, teach and perform music, and own a specialty eatery business. Adrian has dedicated himself to music and learned many instruments. He has traveled to the mainland many times, acquiring jobs and experiencing along the way. He has also volunteered at the Children's Museum at Denver, Colorado, and donated to charities across the U.S.
First, I'd like to say I'm grateful to be having a graduation ceremony. Due to the pandemic, other students in the past 2 years haven't had this opportunity. I'd like to say thank you to the teachers and staff for their effort putting themselves at risk, and thank you to my mom for supporting and helping me through my school career. I am excited to see where life will take me. Now that I've graduated, I plan to attend university on the East Coast, studying business and music, as music has helped me through hard times. Congratulations to my fellow students, class of 2022. Our future looks bright.
Krista Costa is the spawn of two humans by the name of Mindy Costa and Gary Fizzle Jr., and the spawn of Barbara Japan. Gary Fizzle, Shannon Costa, and Clarence Costa Jr. Krista will be receiving the Academic Honors Diploma. She plans to attend the University of Hawaii at Hilo and become a fiction author. Krista has helped to represent Connections by testifying to the Windward Planning Committee and the State Land Use Commission on behalf of the school's future plan to construct a new campus. She further represented Connections by attending the Island Scholars Academic Program. She has completed 4 summers of the Pueo or Partnerships in Unlimited Educational Opportunities at Pueo Punahou School and college courses Math 100 and English 100 while still in high school.
First, I want to say thank you to my mom for raising me, and thank you to my family and the family that I was born into. I would also like to thank Ms. Thatcher for recommending me to the POIL program, as well as being such a great teacher to her students. I really like you and appreciate how much you like to invest in your students throughout the years. To Mr. Kula, thank you for always reaching out to me, supporting me, and encouraging me also throughout the years. Miss Asia, thank you for helping me get ready for college. Miss Kia, thank you for accompanying me and listening to me complain a lot. Studio Shaka, thank you for always having open arms and really caring about the students. To Mr. Murphy, thank you for working hard to facilitate the interactions between students, staff, and the administration, and for staying strong. Thank you to the school for being so unique and warm. It has allowed me to come out and face myself, to understand and develop myself in a place I felt relatively safe. To my friends, thank you for sticking with me, putting up with me. Thank you for being my friends.
Kayla Densary. Kayla is the daughter of Stacy and Craig Densary. She will be receiving the Academic Honors Diploma. Her future plans are to get her esthetician license at Big Island Beauty Academy and attend UHLO for her first semester of college.
Hi everyone. I'd like to start off with expressing my appreciation to my family, my friends. I'm so proud of the person that they've helped me and led me to become. And I am so committed to making you guys proud of me as well. I also thank for those who I've chosen to be a part of my life, and I thank you for choosing me as well. To my senior class, congratulations guys. I know we're all scared, but we don't have to figure everything out right now. These are our golden years. Love yourself, know who we are. We're young, let's have fun, and let's go, class of 2022!
Jennifer Fukushima. Jennifer is the daughter of Janelle and Ken Fukushima. She will be receiving the basic diploma. Her future plans are to attend real estate classes and get her realtor's license.
Thank you to the family and friends here today in support of me. You all are the reason I am where I am. Having been surrounded by such great people throughout this journey has made it all worthwhile. All of you that are here for me today have contributed and took part in many of my accomplishments. It makes me so happy to know you're now a part of this one. Thank you for the love and endless support.
Amberlynn Hammond. Amberlynn are to attend classes at community college, and eventually she would like to become a radiologist.
I would like to thank Ms. Heather, who first welcomed me to Connections years ago when I needed help searching for a new school. I would also like to thank all my teachers who have helped me along my high school journey. I am also very thankful for my mom and dad who have supported me, especially when I drove them crazy. The pandemic made our years some of the most interesting times that forced us all to adapt in many ways.
Asia Lee Youngwood. Asia Lee is the daughter. Asia Lee is the daughter of Benjamin and Damien Youngwood. She will be receiving the General High School Diploma. Her future plans is to complete the restoration of the classic Maito and then enroll in the U.S. military, where she will pursue a career in the medicinal and mechanical field.
Years ago when I needed help searching for a new school. I would also like to thank all my teachers who have helped me along my high school journey. I am also very thankful for my mom and dad who have supported me, especially when I drove them crazy. The pandemic made our years some of the most interesting times that forced us all to adapt in many ways. It's been a great ride so far, and I'm looking forward to more adventures to come. Congratulations to us, class of 2022.
Sunshine Jared. Technology and study jewelry design. Sunshine is a junior graduating 1 year early.
Okay, so I forgot to send my speech in to have it recorded, so I get to speak it. Okay, first I want to thank myself because that was really hard. I also want to thank my mom, my dad, and my 3 brothers. I want to thank Uncle Chris and the rest of my studio family. Sorry, 4 brothers, Sunra, thank you. For always being amazingly supportive, encouraging. Huge thank you to all teams I have done it without you guys. And also want to thank all my amazing friends who are literally absolutely amazing. Okay, thanks.
that he enjoys so much.
Teachers and staff for helping me graduate and to move forward. I also want to thank my mom for doing the best she can and all the things she do for the family and for me. I also want to thank my pop for taking care of me and being a father figure I never had. Class of 22, that's all.
Shania Kamahele. Shania is the daughter of Shania will be receiving a general high school diploma, and her future plans are to keep paddling and doing the things that she loves.
I want to say thank you to all the teachers and staff who have helped me for the past 2 years, because if it wasn't for your help, I would not be standing where I am today. And I would also like to say thank you to my family for pushing me to graduate and becoming the person I want to be in life.
Ursula Marie Carr-Dixon. Ursula is the daughter of Linda Carr and Michael Kennedy. She'll be receiving the general high school diploma. Her future plans are to get her driver's license and get a job to be self-sufficient.
I would like to say thanks to all my teachers, especially Miss Lucilio, Miss Martin, Miss Wilborn, for all they have done.
Kalani Lucas. Kalani is the son of Jessica and James Sackett. He will be receiving a general high school diploma, and his future plans are to join the military.
I'd like to thank myself for getting through the obstacles that were thrown my way. Also, my mom and friends for showing me things and sticking with my idiocy.
Nami Momsen Akiyama. Nami is the daughter of Yuki Akiyama and son Jaya Momsen. She'll be receiving the general high school diploma. Her future plans are to attend the University of Hawaii at Hilo for botany or agriculture. She hopes to work in environmental conservation in Hawaii.
Connections make me realize that happiness is found within being yourself and those who love you for you. I want to thank the teachers for being some of the kindest people I've ever met and always supporting me. I will never forget the lessons I have learned and the knowledge I have gained throughout this experience.
Kalia Prieto Ena. She is the daughter of Noah Ena and Thomas Prieto. Her future plans are to attend the University of Hilo and get a degree in the pharmaceutical field. Kalia is a junior graduating 1 year early, and she is becoming a talented volleyball player.
My siblings and parents for always supporting me. I would also like to thank all of my teachers that I've had over the years. Thank you to my friends and family for being there for me when I was going through a rough patch.
Ethan Quimentas. Ethan is the son of
I'd like to give a big thanks to all my friends, family, and staff members that has helped me through this journey. I really wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all the support from everyone. Another person I really want to give a big thanks to is Mr. Murphy. He has helped me so much through my school years.
Naya Spring. Naya will be receiving the general high school diploma and is graduating in their junior year. Their future plans are to attend Hawaii Community College and obtain a master's degree in psychology.
This moment really means a lot to me. You know, being in foster care, I've seen myself as a number fighting against the odds and a statistic made to make people care about foster youth. But today, I challenge those odds. I am turning a page on my lifelong book. I would like to thank my grandmother, mother, friends I've made along the way, and my support team in foster care for encouraging me to become the person I am today. I've learned that adversity can hurt us in its grasp or motivate us to grow stronger. Thank you for listening.
Ricky Lynn Searles Ramirez. Ricky Lynn is the daughter of Ricky Ramirez and Tammy Kiel. She will be receiving the General High School Diploma and her future plans to become a forensic scientist.
For supporting and guiding me throughout my school years and being there through the rough patches. If only my dad were here today. Also, I want to thank the teachers who taught me the important things, especially Miss Wilborn for always giving me that push and often taking her time to help me out when I needed it.
And lastly is Kainalu Tafui. Kainalu is the son of Kena and Nalukeo Tafui. He will be receiving a General High School Diploma. His future plans are to attend HEC and take up diesel mechanics. He would like to thank God and his Ohana for helping him.
Thanks to God and my mother, Nam, for helping me get through school. Along with my father, Kenna, they were always there for me. Also, all my friends and family, and my grandma Sean and my papa Steve for their love and support throughout the years.
Thank you, seniors.
Ms. Wendy Moseo will expect Kali Priyanse Enena as she leads her fellow graduates in the turning of their tassels.
The turning of the tassel is a tradition that goes back to the 14th century. It symbolizes that one has progressed from a candidate for graduation to a graduate. Students all over the world share this part of the commencement ceremony, creating a global unit of proud young men and women. As you perform this ritual, remember the years of hard work it took to get here. Remember your classmates that are here with you now, and remember, above all else, you believed and so you did.
The tassel is moved from right side of the cap to the left side, which is closer to the heart. Seniors, please stand. 1, 2, 3.
Because of technical difficulties, Amber Hammond we weren't able to hear her words. So I want to take this time for Amber to come up and give us some words. We love you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are graduating. We are actually, hang on. We are graduated, am I right? I just want to thank my dad and thank you for all the teachers that helped me and put up with all of my fun stuff that I like to do. And I just want to say thank you. And thank you so much for letting me do my stuff. We did it, thank you.
Our commencement exercises have come to an end. Honored guests, Connection staff, parents, family, and friends, we're proud to present to you Connection Public Charter Schools graduates, the class of 2022.